In today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to record, edit, and upload screencast videos using KalturaCapture. Kaltura is a screencast recording software which allows faculty to record screencast videos which are then stored directly into their Canvas accounts. From there, faculty can modify these videos and embed them directly into their Canvas pages. It should be noted that faculty still have the option to use any other recording software they prefer, as well as host their videos on YouTube. The main advantages of using Kaltura are access to your videos is more secure, and the video production workflow is integrated directly with Canvas. With all that being said, let's get into the tutorial. So in order to access the Kaltura software, we're first going to need to sign into Canvas. I've gone to snow.edu, clicking in the top right corner, I'm going to click Canvas Login. Because I'm still a student, I'm going to have to go into this Media Specialist Sandbox course, and I'm going to go to the My Media tab right here. If you don't see My Media, then you can come to Settings, and you can go to Navigation and enable that. Here at the bottom, since I've already got it enabled, it's going to go to My Media. And from here, we're going to go to this turquoise button that says Add New, and we're going to click KalturaCapture. Clicking that will bring you to this page, which will either launch the KalturaCapture app if you've already installed it, or if you don't have it, you can go ahead and download it down here and open it manually. Alternatively, since I've already got it installed, I've got the Kaltura recording taskbar right here. Now, Kaltura is a neat little software, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that something like Camtasia or a premium version of some other screencast software might have. By clicking on these icons, we can either disable the audio, screen, and camera, or we can enable them. I personally would recommend having all three of them on at all time because it allows your student to switch back and forth between the screen view and the webcam view. I've come to learn that the webcam is a great tool that you can integrate into your video so that it's not just you talking to the screen all the time. Kind of makes things a bit more engaging and interesting, so I recommend leaving the webcam on. So this is the setup that I've got going on. As you can see, I'm using a MacBook Air using an external USB mic, cost me about $100, with a pop filter, not really clamped to anything, but still works. And I've also got an external light, which is really important for the webcam. Just having some good light on your face, get some catch lights in your eyes, that'll really liven things up and make your image look a lot more alive and interesting. If you ever want to modify your outputs, then you can come to these caret drop-down windows and change your webcam. If you have an alternative webcam, you can select a specific area of your screen if you just want to record something like that. I usually keep mine on full screen so that I can crop in during the edit. We can further configure our Kaltura preferences by clicking on this link that says Manage. And in doing so, we'll be greeted with our library. This includes all of the previous recordings that we've made. We can view those and upload those. We'll come back to that. And if we click on this settings gear icon on the left top corner of the screen, we can change some preferences such as camera recording quality, whether we want our cursor highlighted, and so forth. After we've dialed in all of our settings for the video, we can go ahead and press this conspicuous big red button, and that'll start our recording. So as our recording starts, you'll notice that a taskbar will appear somewhere on screen. Mine is just in the bottom right hand corner. This will allow me to pause my recording, stop my recording, and I'll also want to highlight this little pencil icon in the bottom right. We're going to go ahead and give that a click. So once we do that, we see a lot of different whiteboard tools. And speaking of whiteboard, if we click this button next to this trash can, then it'll open up a whiteboard for us, and we can go ahead and add text directly onto this. And maybe we won't make it yellow because we're not freaks. And if we have a tab that's open like this, so just on our desktop, you see how it's not full screen, then we can go ahead and do some other neat things, such as draw arrows, bring some attention to some certain things. If we need to move these around, we definitely can. So there's a lot of neat little tools here that you can utilize when you're doing your recording. When you're done with the recording, go ahead and click on the square button. That'll stop it. And I'm just going to go ahead and save this. If you want to see these videos in Canvas, then you need to upload them. I'll go ahead and do that with this video. Click Upload, and that'll start the download process. And as we can see, my Kaltura video recording has appeared in Canvas. The default status of these videos is private, so you don't have to worry about anybody watching them. If you want to go in, touch them up, edit them, and then publish them, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Okay, and that video has finished rendering. It took only about 5 minutes. So let's take a look at this media player right here. So if we play this, we can see that there's actually two different sources. We have our webcam source and we have our screencast source. Now we can actually change which one of these is going to be the primary and which is going to be the secondary just by clicking this toggle view. This is something that the faculty can do and the students can do. They can kind of pick which one they'd like to see. And if you want to change the view for the different viewers, then we can go ahead and click on this icon and we can do side by side, we can do primary. That's just one little neat feature about Kaltura. Now before we jump right into embedding this into our courses, we should do a couple things first. First of all, we should see if there's any edits that we can do that would improve the video. And second of all, we need to handle captioning for legality and accessibility purposes. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how you can edit these videos. If we scroll down just a little bit, we can see a couple different buttons. One of those is this action bar. If we click on that, there's a button that says Launch Editor. That is going to bring up the Kaltura Video Editor, which is this very simple editor which is going to allow us to make simple cuts. This is mostly going to be useful in case you have 10 seconds of filler where you're not really saying anything, maybe you needed to pause, regain your composure, and you just want to cut that out. That's all that this editor can really do. If you would like your video to have additional edits, such as having music, visual effects, graphics, anything of that nature, then you can contact us media specialists and we can use more complex video editing software to help make those edits for you. You can make a request for these kind of edits on your videos by submitting a media request form found on the TLC homepage of snow.edu. But now we're going to get into how to use the video editor found here on our Canvas page. So as we can see, we've got some different sections. We've got media in the top left, our source monitor in the top right, and this little timeline here in the bottom, as well as some tools which can help us to make our edits. To get started with cutting, I'm going to press play from the beginning and see if I come across a point which would be good to cut out. Add text directly onto this. And maybe we won't make it yellow because we're not freaks. I'm just kidding, nothing wrong with yellow. Okay, so there, I made a little comment. If you like yellow, you're a freak, something like that. It might be a little bit inappropriate, so what we can do is just cut that out. So we'll show you how we can do that. Add text directly onto this. And I think right here, if you look at the waveforms, I pause for a second before I begin my next sentence where I says, and maybe we won't make it yellow because we're not freaks. So I'm just going to move my playhead over there. And I'm going to press this button that says split. And now this has split these two different clips into two different videos. And I'm going to drag my playhead over the next portion I want to cut out. Freaks, I'm just kidding, nothing wrong with yellow. But we can go ahead and do that. Press the trash can to delete whatever you do. We'll press split. And I'm going to highlight this little section of the clip. You see how it turns yellow to highlight. I'm going to press delete. And that's just going to get rid of it. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to click on this and drag it over like this. Because as you can see, if you look at the waveforms, this isn't dragging the original clip. The timeline is interpreting the source media and kind of regenerating what we just deleted by moving this. So I'm just going to press undo to hopefully move it back to where it was supposed to be. Yeah, right here. And if I drag my playhead over here, let's see how that cut sounds. Add text directly onto this. And if we have a tab that's open like this, so just on our... And I think that I'm going to cut this a little bit earlier because I had some ands that were overlapping. Let's see if I can get rid of that. And I'm going to zoom way into the timeline. Yeah, and if we zoom way in, I think we'll actually just make our cut right here. Let's see how it sounds if we play it back. And add text directly onto this. And if we have a tab that's open like this, so and you notice how the playhead jumps directly from the end of this clip to the beginning of the next clip. It skips all of this empty space right here. That's going to really improve the viewing experience for your students. So we've gone over the split tool. I'm going to teach you a little bit about set in and set out. And it's really good to master these because it's going to quicken this process up a whole bunch. First, what we want to do is identify the space that we want to cut out. So I know that there's a lull in speaking right here. Nothing's really happening. Recording. I think, see, I'm not really saying anything. So I want this clip lies when you're doing your recording. I want it to end right here. So because I want this clip here on the right to end right here, I'm going to click set out. As you can see, that got rid of everything that was happening on the right. This clip now ends on the right. However, I did want to use some of this stuff over here, so I'm going to press Command Z and undo that. Alternatively, just manually press undo. And I'm going to make a split right here. So now that the editor interprets this as two separate clips. So now that I know that I don't want any of this space, I'm going to see where I want this clip to begin. So we'll go ahead and press play. When you're done with the recording, we'll go ahead and do it right after I take that breath in, and if I press set in, it will move wherever this clip begins to my playhead. So everything from the left will be taken to the playhead there in the middle. So I'll press set in, and now I've cut out everything there in the middle. And instead of having to manually click on and press delete by splitting it twice, we can use these set in and set outs to kind of manually drag things exactly to where we want from the playhead, which I think is great. So let's play that back, see how it sounds when you're doing your recording. When you're done with the recording, go ahead and click on the... And that is a simple demonstration of how to use the video editor so that you can make your videos more concise, less fluff, more enjoyable for your viewers. So I've got a couple additional tips for using this video editor. It is very important that you save. You have to do this manually. There is no autosave function, unfortunately, in the Kaltura video editor. So you can either save this video to overwrite any previous progress that you had on this video, or you can save it as a copy, make a new one, and you can always come back to this old version if you need to. One thing that's very important to keep in mind is that if you reload the page or accidentally exit out of this page, your progress will be lost. So for example, I've done all my edits here, I've got my video the way that I want it, and if I accidentally went back and maybe reloaded the page, pressed Command R to reload the page, it does not take me back to the video. And if I go into Kaltura video recording and open up the editor, we can see that my progress was lost and I did not get to keep my cuts. So be sure to manually save. That is very important. If you don't want to run the risks of using this video editor, then please send your videos over to us media specialists and we would be glad to help make whatever edits you would like to your videos. Okay, so you've got your videos edited and saved. Great job. Before we get uploading those into your Canvas courses, we need to do one thing first, and that is get those videos captioned. We have to get videos captioned for accessibility and legality purposes. It's a step that can't be skipped, even though it can be somewhat tedious at times. Fortunately, there are services available here at Snow College which can help you get these things done automatically. The first method, which requires the least amount of work on your end, is to write an email to the Kaltura administrator and request that they send your videos off to be captioned through Kaltura services. The way you can do that is go to your Microsoft Outlook, send an email to Justin Thorpe, the director of the TLC, and ask him to have your videos sent off. Just include the title of the videos you would like, as well as the date that they were recorded so that he can find them easily. He'll go into your Canvas account, go into your My Media, and he has the tools as the admin to send those off to the people over at Kaltura headquarters. It usually takes about 3 to 5 business days for those videos to be captioned after the request has been sent off. The second method has you download your videos, upload those to YouTube, have YouTube automatically caption those after about an hour to a day, then take that caption file and upload it into your My Media right here. I'll go ahead and demonstrate how to do that. First, click on the video that you'd like to be captioned. We're going to go down to Actions and click on Edit. Go to Downloads, and we're going to check both of these boxes. Click on Save. Then we're going to go back to the media page. And now we should have a drop-down window here which allows us to download the video. Note that this step is redundant if you already have access to the original video file. Next step is to go to YouTube, log into your account. I'm using the Snow College Teaching and Learning Center account. Be sure to subscribe, watch our other video tutorials. We're going to click on Manage Videos and Create, Upload Videos. I'm going to select my video file, should be right here. And from here you can go ahead and give your video a name, give it a description if you really feel it's necessary. If you don't plan on actually publishing this on your YouTube channel, it's probably not that important. The real important thing is to go down to Show More right here, and we're going to go to the language. We're going to make sure that this video knows that this video is in English so that the auto caption algorithm can compensate for that. We'll say this is never aired on television, and that is all we really need to do. We can click Next, 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 no copyright issues, and I would recommend publishing your video as private or unlisted. The difference between these is people with a video link can watch your video. However, if the video is private, then nobody but you, the channel owner, can watch your video on your own channel. For this, I'll just do unlisted and save that. So this video is going to take a few more minutes to finish uploading, and the automatic captions don't generate immediately. YouTube is a big platform, so it'll get around to doing your video's automatic captions within about an hour, all the way up to maybe a day or two. For me, I've noticed it usually takes a couple hours. I'm not going to wait for this video to be automatically captioned. Instead, I'm going to use a different video that we've uploaded as an example. We're going to do our How to Access Kaltura Media on Canvas video. We can know whether this video is captioned or not by clicking on it and clicking on the subtitles closed captions icon right here. As we can see, it does look like this video has been automatically captioned. Do know that depending on how clearly you enunciate yourself when you speak, captions may be anywhere from 60% to 95% accurate. For legality and accessibility purposes, again, we want to have our captions be as accurate as possible, 98%, 100% accurate. I'm going to show you exactly how we can edit our captions to get rid of any errors. I'm going to go back to the video details, and we're going to click on subtitles here in this left column right here. So this is the caption file that has been added to this video automatically. If we click duplicate and edit, we would edit our captions by playing through this video. Again, we see this little timeline on the bottom. And as you can see, our playhead is moving along with the video, along with the captions, which display on screen for the certain time codes that you can see here. You can just pause, go here, and it says video stored in Kaltura as my media, and you could just make any edits that we need to do, such as, capitalizing the K isn't that important for demonstration purposes. As you can see, we're missing a lot of punctuation here, so that's something we would want to go and manually add. Okay, so I finished editing my captions. It took about maybe 10 minutes or so. If you're doing videos in bulk, this method can get rather tedious, so I would recommend sending an email to Justin so you can get those captioned by someone else. However, this method is available if you want to get it done for yourself as quick as possible. Continuing on with the method, we're going to go to these vertical ellipses right here. We're going to click on download. We have a couple different caption file formats right here, VTT, SRT. I would recommend the top two personally. I'm going to go ahead and do SRT. So that'll download a captions.srt file. And if I go back into my media and go into edit and go to captions, I can upload a caption file. So if I clicked upload a caption file and browsed that file, which I just selected, captions.srt, open that up, selecting English as the language, and I'll leave this as is and we'll click save. And here, if we click on captions once more, we should have the ability to edit our captions if we need to here. So there's a caption editor both in YouTube and in Kaltura. So if there were any issues with how they uploaded here in Kaltura, you can adjust those here as well. Now that we've uploaded the captions file, we do have captions on our video, as well as the option to toggle them on and off depending on whether the viewer should want them or not. Of course, these captions are completely inaccurate to this video, but again, for demonstration purposes, you get the point. So now that we've gone through all the recording, editing, and captioning, we are finally ready to embed it into our pages in our Canvas courses. So let's go directly there to pages, and I'll just make a new page just for example's sake. We'll just say this is our example. And in order to embed through Kaltura directly, if we click on once more these vertical ellipses right here, this, this little confetti star of sorts is going to be our Embed Kaltura Media button. If we click on this, it'll open up our My Media and Media Gallery pages. So My Media is all of the media that you've uploaded through your Kaltura screen recordings or just manually imported through the Add Media button right here, just where it says Add New Media Upload. And Media Gallery is for any videos you've put from My Media into the Media Gallery, which would be for specific courses. Of course, we've been on this Kaltura video recording, so I'm going to go ahead and select that one. We have a lot of different options that are pretty self-explanatory. Only one I'd bring up is we want to use the largest player size possible. We'll go ahead and embed that. And now we've got our Kaltura video recording embedded into this page in Canvas, along with the media player, which allows us to switch our views from the sources. And that is how we can do screencast recordings, video editing, captioning, and uploading using Kaltura. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you're having any issues or you have any questions, your best resources are going to be reaching out to the media specialist for any video editing needs or contacting Justin Thorpe, the director of the TLC and Kaltura administrator. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.